Tina here from Target Tamers, and I'm reviewing the Maven C.1 8x42 binoculars. Because they're identical to the other C.1 line binoculars, I'll point out some comparison differences and what specific activity that the 8x42 model is best suited to. Spoiler alert, it's bird watching. Let's get started. The C.1 line is really great for all types of general purpose viewing, but the 8x model stands out because it's the model with the lowest magnification. So between the 8x and the 10x, there's not going to be a huge difference in performance. It'll come down to the specs. So the 8x model will be slightly easier to use because it has lower power, and that would be used freehand. It also has the longest eye relief of 19.5 millimeters, so it'd be a little bit easier to use for those who wear glasses. It also has a wider field of view of 341 feet at 1,000 yards. So really good for bird watching, people who wear glasses, and those who will be constantly using these freehand. But if you want more field of view without spending more, you might want to consider the C-series based C.1 8x32 Monocular. Yes, it's half of a binocular, but it also has 393 feet at 1,000 yards of field of view. Really great for bird watching. The video to this is in the link below, especially if you're interested in bird watching, check it out. It also costs half the price of the C.1 8x42s. So it's kind of a win-win there, especially if you want pocket friendly, compact, ready to go, easy to use optic. Now, there are false misconceptions in the market that lower powered binoculars means entry level performance. Now, performance is really based on quality, not necessarily specs. So you can have an 8x42 binocular with Japanese components, HD imaging quality, face correction coatings, and that pair will outperform a larger pair like a 12x50 binocular that has inferior glass and inferior performance. Take, for example, the C.1 8x42 with ED elements in the objective lenses, dielectric coatings in the Schmidt-Pachand prisms, and it has 90% light transmission rate. So it's a mid-range binocular that should be well distinguished against other entry-level performing binoculars, even though it still has the 8x magnification. My favorite way to wear these binoculars is with a chest harness, and that's just because I'm biased towards chest harnesses, but it does come with a Maven neoprene neck strap. Really good for taking along with you on your daily walks, strolls, casual bird watching. But if you're hiking in rocky terrain or you're hunting, I really highly recommend a chest harness. Now, it will fit standard size pouches, so you're good to go right there. All moving mechanisms of the 8x42 binocular are really well done. Smooth focus knob, moving multi-click position eye cups. We have a scratch and oil exterior coating on the objective lenses, adjustable IPD range. The eye cups completely come off the eyepieces, and that is to perform routine maintenance cleaning to get out the dust and debris and extend longevity of the binoculars. Now, the entire binocular, you can see, is rubber armored, just like all the other binoculars that Maven offers. It has thumb indents on the underside. What you can't see is its polymer frame, waterproof, and it's fog proof, nitrogen purged. Really good for all types of all-weather use. Now, what follows the trend for Maven is its stiff diopter. So you will see in the mid-range category that binoculars will come with a locking diopter feature. With the Mavens, at least you're not paying for it, because the stiffness of the diopter is inherently self-locking, you could say. Annoying at first to set the actual setting, but once you've done it, you can forget about it. It's not going to accidentally move out of place. You won't have to mess with it again unless someone else uses your binoculars or there's a drastic change in your vision. The C.1 binocular can be used for really any observational activity. The glass quality in this will make this your favorite daily go-to pair. Now, many associate the 8x42 platform with bird watching, and that is what I found myself primarily doing with the C.1 binoculars. Now, it doesn't have as wide of a field of view as other birding binoculars that claim to sport over 400 feet at 1,000 yards, but the optical quality in this will more than make up for it. Really good for seeing birds up to about 200 yards. Yes, you'll be able to identify easier and get greater detail if it's a lot closer, but still good for following flocks on the move and moving objects. The clarity and sharpness is significantly impressive. The quality of this pair is comparable to those that cost $400, $500 at minimum. So really you are getting a lot of value in the C.1 binocular. Any aberrations that you see in my photos or my films are all related to digiscoping technicalities, not to the binocular itself. Yes, there is some natural edging on the very, very edge of the field of view, but more than 80% of the field of view is absolutely usable. So while it doesn't have that huge field of view that you might want for spotting birds and the like, the glass quality, that ED glass, the sharpness, resolution, and clarity that you get from these will more than make up for it. Well, that's all I have for you today. The C.1 binocular is a fantastic buy and will definitely be your daily go-to favorite pair of binoculars for casual bird watching and daily use. Now, you can always check out the Maven comparison binocular guide that we have to get a better idea of what else is available to you, especially for the low price points that they have. The written review to the 8x42 binoculars will fill in the gaps that I missed in this video. The links to both of those will be in the description below. So as always, my friends, like, subscribe, and get outside.